Well, hello, I didn't see you there. You just caught me finishing up the last of these figures for the last episode we ever make of this show. For our latest Zombicide update video. We tried to do some fancy stuff, you know, with starting some new series and whatnot. And it's been a while since we've just had a video where we've just put so little effort into it, you know, like the good old stuff. I've just been getting so many comments lately saying, Josh, we love your old videos where you just kind of talked. So I'm really trying to address that. That's how masculine I am though. Because now that I'm popping these off, I really can't think of anything to say. So for those of you who like comedians who just like to talk about gender issues, that'll be really funny, what I just said. Can't multitask! Sorry. We just finished another round of Zombicide. We got access to the Zombie Bosses pack. Travis ended up painting these, or well, these two. I painted the blob here. Yeah, he went ahead and painted these, so I can't talk too much to that. I went through, I did the, what do you call these, flagstones. Yeah, we just took a small rotation tool, actually a cheap one from Harbor Freight, and we literally cut out the flagstones. So it's sort of an extension of the Sarastro flagstone painting method.
Just carving little grooves.
Yeah, it has a nice effect with relatively little effort. And if you zoom in there, like around his hoof and whatnot, I used a pen, a little micron pen. So I put some cracks around his hoof like he's hoofing it. I'm gonna be 30 soon. I experimented with some water drool blood effects. I'd played with the Blood for the Blood God and Nurgle's Rot a bit in another figure previously. I had painted one of these blobinations a bit before, but I wasn't happy with these. What I were imagining were patches of skin left over. Travis did a few things to inspire me, and I used some Blood for the Blood God and some shades to kind of create like a scabby, not scabby, it's still gushy sort of gap, as well as kind of a different coloring of the skin bits. So I think it looks a bit more uncomfortable. And then I put, you know, the Blood for the Blood God and Nurgle's Rot on its tummy and the drool and whatnot, in addition to some epoxy. But we'll talk about the epoxy more on this figure, where it's more apparent. 1 minute dry epoxy. It probably dried a bit fast. The stuff that dries really fast, you can kind of stretch it out, sort of almost like let it dry in the air, and then you can just like cut lengths of it. It also gets into like a jelly stage where you can smush it into things. It's not great at that phase if you want something particularly clear like water, but for something frothy like drool or whatever, it has a pretty nice effect. I put a little bit of yellow coloring in that. This blood coming off of its foot. So I imagined it just stepped on someone. There is a wire in this for a bit additional support. I don't know how much support it adds because I didn't use like a brass rod or anything. I just used like a paper clip. But the epoxy on top of it did strengthen it a bit. A bit of a compromise between aesthetics and functionality. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. We decided there's these sort of raised bits here, and that this would be old bits of flesh that had just started to molt or fall off or whatever. So here was an obvious one. I was able to put some goopy bits in between there. But I was also able to put a little bit of blood for the blood god and some flesh and red washes around the other edges. And I don't know, pretty happy with it. With those long hands and whatnot, it adds to the ridiculous aesthetic of the game. And then that said, there's not too much more to be said about this figure. We put a little bit of epoxy in its mouth there. So Thomas ended up figuring this effect out. We experimented with some clear silicone sealant that you might use for caulking or something. And he just kind of pushed the nozzle up against certain bits of the claws. And as he pulled it away, it formed kind of almost like a linear point. And then we were able to mold that a particular spot, say right here. I was able to take kind of a longer strand as it dried a little bit and kind of roll it back up into a ball, get more of a drippy bulb. But a lot of the stuff we just let it fall, and it kind of gives the feeling of maybe his hands kind of moving through the space a bit more. And then we just coated it with blood for the blood god. So that was a happy little experiment that added some much needed bloodsicles. This figure is a pretty fun figure to paint, and
that was my favorite of the monsters.
It does look very kind of animalistic. 9 out of 10. So additionally, we did a couple new heroes here. Travis painted Clom here, and he is from the Paul Bonner special guest set. And he's a unique figure in that he has a enlarged base. So he comes with a special base marker, color marker. He was an interesting character because I thought he had like a basket full of grain or something. I thought he was like a peaceful character, but you can see it's just a bunch of heads. So much for breaking that jokey, murdery aesthetic. I did my hair this morning.
It looks good.
Thanks. I'm turning 30 soon. I don't know if I mentioned that. He's just a pretty stunning character, pretty stunning sculpt. He really stands out. He's a mean dude while also looking kind of endearing. Apparently he's an ogre, so I guess we could say a layers or onions joke, but...
I'm over it.
Another figure here, we got, what's his name, Scowl. So he's the Batman parody. Travis painted him up. I just came along, put a little of the blood on it. It's Batman, but Zombicide. So, and I think Travis did a great job of kind of matching the character art. Thrilling. And who is Batman without his... I don't know anything about comics. Here's the Joker. So, been a lot of versions of Joker, probably even more disparate than the versions of Batman over the years. So this is the Zombicide version. It's a necromancer called Grimm, and his special power is he ambles faster. Tried to kind of compromise between the cover art and making it more Jokery. So instead of a sort of a brown jacket, he has a brownish purpley jacket, kind of a darker green hair instead of bright green. Travis went kind of with the face paint version, I guess the Nolan version. We put some blood for the blood god around his mouth. Is he the Joker? Has he been eating people? It's up to headcanon. I don't know. I really like this figure for some reason. Allie's all painted. Hate to see that one go away. Oh, because these are for Mom, by the way. I hope Mom likes them. So in the commission we did for Mom here, we just generally added some gore effects. So Clovis kind of matching his cover art a bit. you know, a bit of blood dripping off his sword. Same here with Samson. Although since Samson is short, I tried to implement some short mechanics into it. So he has blood on his face because he's shorter than the zombies he's been kneecapping. So it's lore friendly.
It's the same clear coat that you used.
Yeah, it's the same like epoxy. I used a combination of the epoxy and, so I used the sealant. I did something different. I used the sealant to dab on there like Pumper showed me. And then once that dried, I took some epoxy that once it kind of got to its gelatin stage where it was very tacky, I just took a couple small balls and just pinched it on to the end to create more of a drippy effect. That sealed, that dried, and the layers of gloss, because blood for the blood god is a gloss, also helped to kind of essentially glue it all together. That's how that was done. And the wizard, I did not put blood on him because he's a wizard. So yeah, got this done. Learned a lot through doing this, and through this experience, I got some happy news. It's been, what is it? Almost a year? When did we start filming this originally?
Around
March?
I think.
End of February?
Yeah, around March, end of February, we started filming.
So, I don't know. I've had a year in the hobby. This show has been kind of an exploratory thing, and I'm gonna keep it that thing. We've been starting to do more videos and more series, and I may keep doing that, but I just I got other things to explore, and I don't want this channel to become regimented. We might keep posting to the Mansions of Madness stuff. I mean, I do want to eventually paint it to play the game. Oddly enough, this might actually mean we post more often, because we're not worried about the content anymore. That's the irony of it. But I don't know if we will. So
this channel has been a lot of fun, making it, experimenting, and we've discovered that as we try harder to do more specific things, it becomes less fun. When it becomes less fun, it becomes less good. And so yeah, we're just put different things out at different rates of speed.
maybe we take our toys very seriously in this country.
They're not toys, Josh. They are a very serious game. They are proxies for the imaginative adventures of a group of adults coming together around a table to partake of an experience, a literary discovery of imaginative joy. Don't belittle it. To partake of tabletop games is as if to walk on a mountaintop. The metaphorical mountaintop of the imaginative mind. The tabletop game allows you to become immersed in an experience that, in this world of big data, can be hard to truly connect with internal struggles and desires. So don't demean these ideas and call them a toy.
So yeah, so basically there's just no there's no posting schedule anymore. I guess that's what it comes down to. We will not be silenced. Too many production jokes. That's what that's it. That's it. I think we communicated our ideas in a very clear, concise way, and I don't think there's any way anyone could have misinterpreted that.